All right. So before, I had a couple picks for Grand Blue, and then I'm on just chatting. I gotta go to this. So before, I had a couple picks for Grand Blue, right? And then a couple picks for Street Fighter. And this is actually very, very wrong now. I did some soul searching and I locked in on Grand Blue. Sandalphon is, and a bit of story time. It was not Call of Cthulhu. That's like a horror game one. Not City of Mist. It was Mutants and Masterminds, which has a really cool like character building system. It's kind of complicated, but you can do literally fucking anything you want, which is really cool. The flexibility is sick. Sandalphon is the character I made, not a few months before this character was announced. I was playing with a bunch of my friends. I was a guy who could switch wings that he had equipped, and their colors were different for the different like biblical angels, and they all had different powers that were similar. Sandalphon releases exact same character, same guy, which was super super cool. And he's just gonna be my main anyways. I think he's got like the coolest kit, the coolest stuff. He has air dashes like Guilty Gear, which is really fun. So yeah, he's just super cool, super versatile, strong, right? Galleon as the like secondary because she's super super hot and super super new, and still playing around with her. But I do like the whole like pseudo set play zoner grappler type, similar to Dizzy and Guilty Gear, but Galleon is way prettier, way better animations, way better design. And like her grabs that do damage. Dizzy, it's just looping one normal grab back into Okizemi situation. Galleon gets to do it off of command grabs. So yeah, these are my main two for sure. I love Sandalphon, so I'll be running him. I gotta learn him more. This is still the game I think I'm worst at overall. Street Fighter. This is slightly outdated. Terry dropped. Mai. I'm gonna be playing Mai. Mai is very normal, like footsies, good pokes, good like combo, like little kind of strings up against the wall. I still learning, right? I love her projectile Okizemi setups where she can knock you down, then throw the projectile, and then kind of get to run, mix on you a little bit. If I sound nasally, it's because I'm a little congested today. Oh, I can hear when my cord rubs against the zipper of my jacket right here. Huh. That tripped me out. I thought my headphones broke. I'm just gonna unzip this. There we go. So, Street Fighter, it's gonna be Mai. It was like Cammy, Ryu, Terry, Mai, all like fundamental footsies characters. I like Ryu, but like he doesn't give me a lot to chew on as a character, right? He's very normal, basic, right? Cammy, I do like, and Cammy is my secondary right now, I think, comfortably. Unless I just find that I don't like Mai, in which case I'll main Terry, because Terry's also, like, how I like still. Cammy doesn't have, like, the football. She's not a traditional Shoto. She's got some weird movement. She reminds me of Milia from Guilty Gear a little bit. Don't care to play that style, but really like the character, right? I also really like Mai and Terry. Like, Terry, good old 80s American jeans, white t-shirt with the little leather vest thing. Just, arcade game kicking ass. Love that little fantasy at this point. Fuck, man, the world has gone to shit. And Mai, who is like the other fantasy of Japan, go to Japan. So yeah, those are my big two right now for sure, but mostly gonna be focusing on Mai unless I find like an issue with her, and then I'll fuck with Terry a little bit, and then probably go back to Mai, because realistically, like, it's probably gonna be Mai. And then, yeah, here's the updated one. And then Guilty Gear was this, and I can actually explain this pretty well. Sin, Kai, but with better conversions and overall better spacing control, but with worse, like, Okizemi and shit. He was the first to go just because I love him in the anime. He's way cooler, but in the game, he's still annoying, unfortunately. Super jacked though. And he is like fifth. He's fifth. Jacko's below him. Jacko then being next. I don't like puppet characters, but I do really like Jacko. So we get our top four: Happy Chaos, Johnny, Elfelt, and Unica. Now, Johnny drops next. He's gonna be my fourth place because I hate step dashes. Johnny Cash, I love the character, right? Everything's like play this guy. Um, hate step dashes. They make the game not fundamental footsies. Excuse me. Which I'm not fond of, right? Happy Chaos is then next to go out of just like I don't feel as much of a connection with him. I should play the story, right? I'll probably like him even more, but right now he's a for funsy character. Then it was between Elfelt and Unica. Right now I'm going to focus Unica. I feel like she's a more complete character, although her anti-air is absolute dog shit. Elfelt, I really, 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 really do love Elfelt, especially with her in the anime. She was just so cool, so cute, so smart, right? I don't hate her gameplay either. I actually relatively enjoy playing her. If Unica is not fun in like the next month, and I'm just not having fun playing Unica, I will probably be going back to Elfelt, who I was like kind of dabbling in before Unica came out, because I really do have fun playing Elfelt. And if not Elfelt, at this point, I'm just going to play Happy Chaos, the guy with the guns, because fuck it, why not, right? And then that is actually it for that. So currently, we're looking at Sandalphon with a sub Galleon maybe. Unica with, if I don't like Unica, it's going to be Elfelt or Happy Chaos. Probably not Johnny. I don't see myself maining Johnny, like, actually, but it would be funny. And then in Street Fighter, Mai, maybe Terry if I'm not vibing with Mai, and like Cammy as a secondary, kind of, right? And then that's those. So, after for fucking ever of not having a main pick, I finally picked all three. I've been playing Guilty Gear since January. Actually, the end of December. So it has been 6 months, pretty much, of me not having a main. And I'm finally locked in to the point where it's like I am on this character, and if they are not fun after a while because they're new, I'm on other character. And that's literally it. Street Fighter 6 just got into, picked a main pretty quickly, and Grand Blue just got into as well. I played Grand Blue when Sandalphon came out, beat my friend, who was the only guy I knew who owned it, a couple times, and then he quit, and then switched to Guilty Gear again, and didn't play Grand Blue till Galleon came out, basically, or just prior with my brother, because he got into it, and yeah, now we chillin', we bing chilling. So, those games are done. Tekken, Jin, Dragunov, and mostly Clive. I really like Clive. I think he's really cool. I have not played Tekken in a year now. Damn near. In September, no. August. In like August, it'll be a year since I've pretty much played Tekken. Like seriously, I played once with my friends like 2 months ago to fuck around. I got my ass beat, which is crazy because I was like literally like Tekken King or whatever rank before I quit. But yeah, Tekken, I've got my main. It's like Clive and Jin and Dragunov, but mostly Clive. And then Under Night In Birth, I've not touched that game enough. Currently, it's either the guy with the big ass scythe or the chick with the blicky. Basically Happy Chaos. I think, but I've literally only sat down to play that game like 1.5 times. Blaze Blue, S, and Moo 12, the not the clone chick or the android chick that is like also part human and doesn't have the other variant of her, basically. Idol Showdown, it's Shishiro Botan. I think that, yeah, I know it's Botan, but I think Shishiro, I believe. For Idol Showdown, although I haven't touched that game in a long ass time. Cross Tag, it's S and Ruby. DNF Duel, it's Crusader. And that's pretty much all my fighting games. I'm finally free. I'm finally free. I no longer have to be like, oh, who do I play? Now I can be like, fuck, how do I get better? How do I deal with this other character's bullshit? Very, very excited to be able to move forwards and work on some stuff. I wonder if I could pin this to the top. I wish I could. Let's... Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Just OBS stuff. I want my mic aux. Like, I wish I could pin stuff in OBS, because I would put my actual microphone at the very, very top so I could always see if it's on or not. It's actually really irritating when I don't get to see it all the time. But yeah, we're good on that. Now, following up on that, I am now also locking in a little bit on kind of the career path I want to aim towards. Obviously, the goal is YouTuber extraordinaire, right? But at the same time, I don't like creating the barf content that like Mr. Beast does, right? I'm a little bit more down to earth and real and personable and a real person. I'm not an actor. I could be a good actor, but I'm not a sell my soul actor. So aside from like the streaming and the YouTube, which I'm trying to do more consistently, guess what? There's not a Guilty Gear tournament right now. I'm streaming, right? Wanting to get back into doing this more consistently, I am also picking up the arts. I had a list. I no longer have this list because I deleted it, which is unfortunate because I could have made it as part like a little showcase for right now. I guess I could bring up Notepad. Let's see, Notepad. We'll go like right here. Notepad. What were the things like jobs, right? What were they? Business. Generally. Art. 2D. Shit. 2D. 3D. Rigging. Etc. Coding, which I am going to be touching on coding a little bit. Okay, now that I don't have my background, I need to turn my light on. Boom. I am illuminated. Still going to touch on coding a little bit because there's two game ideas I had, both of which I have to make before I die. So I will be fucking around with coding projects on the side, but it's going to be something in the future because coding I do not believe is going to be the thing that gets me like my career. My career is going to be ideally arts, and then I learn the coding and then make the game on the side and then become rich and famous and a millionaire, and now I don't have to do anything, right? I could retire on a farm in the middle of nowhere on my own sovereign plot of land, 100 acres big. Oh my God, it would be so cool. No government could control me. I could just live my life with my family off the grid on solar panels and everything alone. It'd be so great. It'd be so cool. But it'll never happen because it doesn't exist. But coding is something I definitely will be doing in the future. Now, another one was like fitness. Obviously, I'm focusing on my fitness. I'm going to try to get a lot healthier, right? I'm going to try to drop. My goal is to drop 60 pounds. If I dropped 60 pounds, I would be a square 200 pounds. As crazy as that is to say, and to be fair, I think some of it's water weight, so I should be about 250. But I am 260 pounds. I carry it super fucking good. I am 6'2". I'm pretty muscular. I've got some solid muscle mass underneath, right? I carry it pretty good, but my torso is a little heavier than I would like, right? If I lose 260 pounds, or fuck, I would cease to exist. If I lost 60 pounds, I would be right where I want to be weight-wise, physique-wise. I'd be pretty happy with that. I'd be losing 60, 120, 240. I'd be losing a little bit more than a fifth of my weight. which would be pretty nice, I think. I'm going to start going on walks more. I actually quit my gym membership, so this is antithetical to what I'm saying. I'm going to be spamming push-ups and shit. The fittest I've ever been during COVID before my jaw broke. I just did push-ups every day all the time until I could do 100 in a row, and then I stopped because I got like lazy for like a few days and my jaw broke. So I was like, fuck, okay, fine, life. Kick me while I'm down, huh? Already in COVID, can't do shit, and now you're gonna break me. Nah, it's fine. I'm thankful that it kind of happened in ways. Um, but yeah, I'm getting back into doing that, just body weight, calisthenics. I got a weight vest. I mean, shit, I could do 100 push-ups with 50 extra pounds strapped to my chest. I need to get a pull-up bar. If that's one thing I could buy that would complete my setup, is if I bought a pull-up bar that I could like a freestanding one I just throw outside. Oh, there's spiders on it. Knock them off real quick with a stick and just go, right? So that is a thing. That's what I'm doing for my fitness, but I don't plan to be like some fitness YouTuber influencer unless I get super fit and jacked, and then it's like, I guess it ties in with just everything else I'm doing. I don't plan to be like specifically within that niche. That being said, when I do get healthier and I do get a little bit bigger on YouTube and stuff, Creator Clash, which I actually hear Creator Clash is like dead and shit. Maybe not Creator Clash, chess boxing. When that comes back, I know that like Ludwig didn't do that this year, or last year, or whatever. I think it was last year's. Yeah. Whenever that comes back, I would love to participate because that would be cool. I like boxing. I box weird as shit too. I've got a very weird style. I'm a counter puncher, but with a very, very, very like stupid stance. I really do. I fight like an idiot. I love it though. It's so goddamn effective against everyone I've ever boxed. I just like auto win. And it's because I abuse my arm, like my reach and my size. I am abusing that. And my good footsies and spacing. Same with like the fighting games. But yeah, I really do pretty good with the boxing. So fitness was an option. I'm trying to think what else was an option. I mean, you obviously have the blue collar jobs, but that doesn't have a lot of flexibility as far as me being able to grow it myself. Content creation, but that's just going to be a constant thing I do pretty much. I don't ever see myself not doing this, like particularly, and I need to do it more consistently because I'm no longer partnered on YouTube because I took too fucking long to get back into that shit. It's by 3 days. I took 3 days too long to get back into like streaming and doing YouTube, and I lost my partnership status. I do want to get that back very, very badly. So that is kind of going to be the plan. Music was another one. Music will be a side thing, but I'm not going to waste time learning music to then like RNG gamble my way to having a song that's good enough that it pops off. And even then, nowadays, a lot of music like that, where you pop off via organic growth and not selling your soul to Hollywood, is 15 minutes of fame type songs, like one song that's really famous, and then your career like falls flat because no one cares to keep up with you. So not really gonna do music other than a hobby, unless I do end up releasing something and it pops off. I'm trying to think what else exactly was there. Professional gamer, not happening unless I get lucky and I start winning like Evos and shit. But yeah, my main ones, and business kind of ties into everything. So I was talking like just straight up like drop shipping and shit like that. I'm not doing that stuff. That stuff is very morally unsound to me. These are my big three. This is a lie. I forgot about a really big one. Coding is going to tie into art. Another bit, language. Okay, I clearly, if I ever get hired for typing, I'm going to get fired if they find this video. Language. Learning Japanese and Spanish. Got to work on that more. I got Duolingo. My Duolingo streak's almost 200. It's like 230 days once I do it tonight. And I've got ChatGPT teaching me. ChatGPT is the GOAT. Holy shit, it teaches me so much, so good. Talking to the advanced voice mode is goated. Holy shit, right? Those are my big three. And then coding is like a side thing I'll learn once I get the art stuff down so that it coincides with it in like rigging and modeling and stuff. And I could code like a character to do something in a game. And then obviously I make a game. So those are my big three. For the longest time, I was indecisive on what I wanted to do with my life. I'm pretty much locking in on this. Obviously, fitness and language is like I'm going to no matter what. I'm going no matter what to get abs and to learn Japanese and Spanish because I have to, but also because it's a fucking beautiful language. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Y tú? ¿Tú eres? Yo tengo eres. Mi amor. Right? So pretty, so romantic. Right? Even though I don't know what I just said. Other than mi amor, I know that that's like my love, right? Very romantic language, very important language to learn because everyone fucking speaks it where I live. And then Japanese, because I want to learn Japanese very, very badly. But yeah, like main mode of career path, art. I want to do art. I first was drawing when I was like 12. Kind of got into it, got some like how to draw manga books from Mark Crilly, I believe his name was. I got them back here on my shelf. I'm just too lazy to fucking get up and look for them. And I started drawing, and I actually had some decent stuff I drew. There was probably 2 or 3 things in particular that I drew that I'm like actually kind of proud of at the time. And then I stopped for a while. I got lazy. I went back to playing video games. I got into Fortnite. It's kill me, right? It was Jover once I got on that game. Got on a Fortnite, stopped drawing like a dumbass, and stopped. But over the years, I had a constant craving to get back into it. And I never did, because I'm not any good at it, and I was, chasing other things at the time. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Overwatch, Valorant, now fighting games. But yeah, going back to it, I've been doing it. I did like the draw every day for 100 days challenge. I only got like 15 days in before I stopped. Admittedly, I did get a job. I was doing it when I didn't have a job, and then I got a job. So there's that. I also sucked very, very badly. I didn't basically improve at all the whole time I was doing it. But then I stopped, and I've been working, and I've just, every time I come home, I'm like, fuck, why am I not drawing? I'm like always craving drawing. Then I found this this website off of Instagram, funnily enough. It's called Colosso. Colosso is, and I can kind of show it. I'm not sponsored, just to throw it out there, because obviously I'm not really an artiste yet. Colosso is this website. They sell courses for art. A lot of, like this one right here is one that I've been looking into, wanting to get in the future, right? 26 videos, 30 hours basically of content. 30 hours is a month and a half. It's like $600 for community college courses for the 3 months. So this is cheaper than community college for the class, and I'm learning from a genuine professional in the field that I want to go into, rather than some half-baked professor who never was good enough at it to make themselves become anything at their niche, but then want to think that they can teach other people to do it. So this is something I've been thinking about. Before I ever buy any courses on this, I want to get my iPad set up that I want, like a little portable workhorse, so I can, have it and the keyboard and the pen and shit, so I can draw and travel and draw and go sit outside in the sun and draw and shit like that. I'm not a big fan of paper. Paper and pencil scratching on paper, it makes me like shiver, and it kind of squirmish. It's like chalk on a chalk. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Yeah, like chalk or nails on a chalkboard. Oh fuck, I hate thinking about that. I'm not the biggest fan of like the scratchy noise, scratchy sound. I don't know why. It's got nothing to, it like doesn't scare me. I'm not a phobia of it, but the sound like makes my body not happy. So I am not the biggest fan of it. Plus sharpening a pencil and erasing things. Fuck me, right? Like it's just not fun. The amount of extra bullshit. And I draw heavy, I'm pretty heavy handed, so erasing was always a bitch. I'd be better now, but fuck man. Oh my god. I don't like to think about that shit. I don't like the feeling. Um so yeah, an iPad would be nice for the digital art anywhere. I've got my tablet obviously here, but it's not portable, right? It's tied to my PC as like another monitor that I can draw on. I would like something portable, so I'm gonna get an iPad here before too long. And this tablet was like $550. I got it on a Black Friday sale for like $250. So I don't even give a shit. That was worth it. And totally worth it. Totally worth it. I love this thing. It's great. But yeah, so this stuff has stuff like this. But what you'll notice is they've also got stuff like animations, which I do want to get into animating. I think that that's just the next step up from being a really good artist in a two-dimensional space, is being able to then animate your art and at least have animated art, but then also making animations would be sick as fuck. And on top of the 2D, there's also 3D. And this is a big thing. This is kind of the biggest thing I'm wanting to go into, if I'm going to be completely honest. I started to on my old laptop back in the day during COVID fucking 5 years ago now, right? My laptop was not strong enough to run Blender and Unity for shit, but I got into it and I thought it was cool. I would now have the ability to manually sculpt stuff on Blender with my tablet, as well as a lot more drive to actually want to learn the medium rather than just, oh, I want to make a VR chat model because I had my Oculus, which I still do want to make those. I've got a buddy of mine who's very into VR chat. He's going to teach me some stuff because I think like, because I'm learning Japanese, how cool would it be to just go into a lobby with some Japanese people and start just like hanging out and chatting with them and like practicing my Japanese, right? Like that'd be so fucking cool that I have to do it, right? But making models and stuff for that kind of thing, and being able to make models and then animate them, like in Blender and stuff. The Guilty Gear anime was made exclusively in Blender, from the models and backgrounds to the motions and animations and the video editing. Blender has its own fucking video editor. So, yeah, I want to learn Blender because I can make my own goddamn anime if I'm stupid and want to waste 10 years making it, right? But I want to learn it. I want to learn it. It's something I really do want to learn. I'll pull it up in a minute. There's a video on YouTube I saw and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in for so much bullshit, but it would be so cool to make it work. But yeah, they've got all kinds of stuff. They got 3D, they got VTuber stuff. It'd be cool to make like VTuber models. I know nothing about like VTube Studio or anything like that, but it would be cool. Gaming and like game animation and stuff like that. They've even got a little bit with like programming in here and stuff too. Oh, they've even got food stuff. I didn't even know that. My biggest thing, and this is what I've kind of decided what I wanted to do with the art. I want to be the #1 artist at, and just to preface this, fine arts, realism is different. There are people who can draw this in realism, but in anime style, they suck ass, right? Like no one I've ever seen draws this correctly, and I want to be the first one. Curly motherfucking hair, right? I want to learn how to draw my kind of hair on a character and make it look good, right? I want to make it look like actually decent. Make like a 3D Blender model with my kind of hair and say, Deku from My Hero Academia is supposed to have curly hair no, go fuck yourself, right? No, he does not have curly hair. I have curly hair. So I want to learn how to do that. It's in the future. It's not going to be the immediate step, but my goal is to be able to do that. With this 3D stuff, I'm really excited to learn how to draw better. Excuse me. From there, because I think that this is like step one. Excuse me. For me, basically, getting better at being like creative in that way. And having the patience to get better at something that I've honestly never really fucking done. But like when I have, I've loved to do it. But then the 3D modeling aspect of it is also going to be super, super badass. Let's see if I can find it. It was this one. So this one shows like, and this was where I was talking to my buddy about this and just had this kind of playing, looping in the background. I believe that this is VR chat. I'm not super well versed in like the VTuber like softwares. I know that some VTubers can do like the 3D shit. I'm broke and can't afford the 3D shit. Therefore, I've never done it. I know that there's cheaper ways to do it now. Back in the day, 2020, when I was first looking into it, you had to get base stations and all this other shit and a Valve index and everything for your headset. And it was like $2,000 to do VR with full body tracking. And you had to dedicate a room for it, basically. And it was like, no, that's not happening. I know it's better now. This kind of stuff would be cool to make. It'd be cool to make. I've watched VTubers since VTubers kind of became a fucking thing, to be honest. I've been watching VTubers since I was like 14, 6 years ago. Ew, fuck. Yeah, so since like 6 years ago, I've been watching VTubers and stuff. And I've always kind of liked the fact that you can like turn an anime character and make them basically exist. And I'm like, huh, that's really cool. I want to maybe do this. I think that this would be very cool. Another thing I've been seeing, and this is where I open YouTube and pray nothing crazy comes up on my homepage. Okay, it's pretty much all fighting game shit. So here, let's see if I can find it. Hiding my history. Nah, I've got nothing to hide. Let's see. I showed it to my brother earlier. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Right here. This is one. And then the other one, yeah, right here. So, for like this one, this video here. I saw them do this, and I thought that this was just sick as hell. I'm gonna like kind of skip through because I don't want to just play their entire video here. But they extrapolate this to be like the shirt, and then they fuck with settings, and then they keep fucking with settings, and then just like it's so cool what happens here. In a minute. 3, 2, 1, go. And it just turns that into this. They made a shirt that is like separate from the body, so it's not like just like a connected texture of the model. It's its own kind of entity. It is affected by physics and has like proper collision to the body and looks fucking great. And I'm like, well, first of all, just for starters, something I've never seen done before as far as like VTubers go is like having a VTuber with this kind of like modeling to them where it's like actual fabric. And in video games, I've like never really seen that either. I had an idea. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make a video game and it's gonna be open world or whatever the fuck, or like some platformer thing. And it's like, if you jump off the cliff, it's like, hey, you want to see boobies? Well, there's your boobies. The shirt just goes whoop, right? Because the air and the physics. Obviously like with a bra on and shit, because we don't do porn. We do not do the porn. If we can help it, we do not do porn. I don't plan to make porn and like nude stuff. I know it would be good technically for art study, but at the same time, not certain I'm the biggest fan of creating that. Everyone has the shit that they're into. myself included, obviously. Do I want to be the one to create it? Probably fucking not. I think I want to be a good artist, not a horny artist, right? Right? If I'm gonna do this, I want to do it right. But like this, it was so cool to me when I just came across this the other day. And then this YouTuber too. I'm gonna mute just because it's really loud on my end. YouTube is like notoriously loud as shit for me, or really quiet, and it's very annoying. What? The video recommendation over here. It says, why does fentanyl feel so good? 4.9 million views in 11 days? Jesus Christ. Anyways, this person, they are making their VTuber model, right? And first of all, this is in Blender, and if I'm not mistaken, unless they're doing some overlay stuff where like this is cut out at the bottom to go over top, and then they're using the rest of Blender as a background to act like it's like they're in Blender, which in that case, props, genius, right? That's so cool. I think they're just actually in Blender running the rigging to their model and like doing shit. I think this is probably, what's the word, ignorant of me to think that. I'm assuming it's just them setting it up to where the scene looks like they're in Blender, but they're not actually. But it like they could be, and that would be sick as hell to be able to just be on your fucking model and then like tweak shit while you're on it, right? They were like going over increasing like the eye quality by like turning model meshes to 8K and making the eyes super detailed and the lips super detailed, and how they had to like change the eye socket to make it an actual fucking eyeball instead of like a 2D like thing of eye. They actually made like a 3D eyeball in the head, and how they changed like the head model and the eyes and the mouth and all this shit and all this cool stuff. And I think that first of all, this is probably one of the highest quality models I've seen personally of like just actual graphic fidelity as well as accuracy to the tracking. I know that there's crazy good tracking shit now, but the models don't usually have the ability to access the facial expressions as well. So this is cool to me. I think that being able to see someone make something so high quality is very cool. I draw inspiration because I'm like, holy shit, this is really cool. And it's kind of something that I want to do. And a lot of this stuff is tied into coding. I mean, look right here. This is one of their shorts, camera controller script. So you're running a script or writing a script where your camera controls the thing off of what it sees like your face doing. That's basically coding, but with an engine over top of it. You want to know what else does that? Godot and Unity Hub and Unreal Engine and GitHub and Autodesk, I believe, is 3D modeling CAD shit, if I'm not mistaken. So not that one, but right? Like, actually, if it is, I can move that there. Oh, it is. That's the 3D modeling CAD program I have. Yes. Yeah, it's like all coding. I'm like, that could be kind of cool. I would be down to get into some of that shit. I've got a friend of mine who's very good at coding. He's doing it for college. I'm not going to do college because I'm not a bitch. At the same time, props to him for doing it because he's super knowledgeable on this shit. But I can't afford college and they won't help me. Therefore, fuck the college system. They suck dick. I'll learn it on my own. I'll have ChatGPT fucking teach me and help me. Among other things. I don't think that the Discord call sound is coming through. Yeah, it's not. But, I'm just like, okay. Holy shit. It's all coming together. It's all stuff I want to learn. This would actually be really, really good to learn. And I think as much of a bitch as it's gonna be, because admittedly, you know, I'm like, I want the quick fix. I gotta do it now. If I dedicate myself to like 2 years of learning this stuff, By the time I turn, I'm going to say 23. I just turned 20 in February, so I'd be 2 and like 2/3 of a year, right? By the time I turn 23, I should be pretty fucking good at all of it. I should be able to speak Japanese. I should be able to like own a VR chat and like go in there and talk to people all the time. I should be able to 3D model whatever I want on a whim. I should be able to like code a little bit of things. I should be able to draw super fucking good. And be able to like rig and model stuff for like VR chat and other things like that. And as much as I know full well that it's going to be a massive pain in the ass, the thing is I'm a techie. I like problem solving also, like a lot, to the point that I will not sleep until I figure something out or learn something a lot of the time, which is an unhealthy habit I will have to curb if I want to do this kind of shit. But this is, I think, going to be like my favorite shit to do. So I want to kind of chase it a little bit. I think it's what I want to do. I know I'm starting from scratch basically, but I'm going to try to learn. I'm going to try to learn. I'm going to try to make it good. And I really think too, like the end goal of making my hair in the 2D and 3D space better than everyone else is kind of my goal. I think 3D would be so cool because you give it physics and like bounciness and springiness and shit. I bet I could do. I could make it so like realistic and cool. Oh my god, I could just make me but hot as shit in a game. I could be the main character. That'd be so cool. But yeah, that's kind of my main goal.